My beloved child, there is something I desire to reveal to you today, to an eternal truth that was decreed long before time began. And now, I long for your heart to fully embrace it. In heaven, I made a divine decision concerning your life regarding the number of days allotted to you on this earth and the path I carefully prepared for your soul to walk in. That decision did not arise from a fleeting impulse or cold calculation. It was birthed in the depths of my love and the boundlessness of my mercy. Every moment I think of you is soaked in pure grace. For you are not a nameless soul among creation. You are a sacred part of my heart. I saw you even before you were formed in your mother's womb. And every day of your life has been intricately written in my book. Nothing about your existence is accidental. No step you take is random. I was present in your joy, in your collapse, in the silent tears that no one else noticed. I have known the torment within you, the unanswered questions, the dreams that seem to have withered. I do not only observe your outward actions, I perceive every movement of your spirit, and it is precisely those unseen stirrings that make you more precious to me than refined gold. The life you are living is not a mere series of passing days. It is a covenant between you and Maya, sacred moment in time granted by me so you may fulfill the purpose destined for you from eternity past. The measure of your days is not according to the ticking of the calendar, but by your faithfulness, whether you live fully in the purpose I've given, whether you dare to walk boldly in your calling without fear or retreat. Your time is a holy gift, and how you use it determines whether your life reflects the glory of the one who created you. Know this: before the foundations of the world, I placed you within my plan. No one else can take your place. The world will try to confuse you, to make you believe that life is a series of meaningless events. But the truth is, you were made for a reason. There is a portion in my kingdom that only you can help build. I did not choose you because you were flawless. I chose you because I knew you would let me transform you. I knew there would be moments when your strength would fail and your direction would waver, but I also knew you carry a heart that longs to obey, a desire to live with holy purpose. My beloved, I know there have been moments when you've asked yourself, how much time do I have left? Does my existence on this earth even matter? Am I really making a difference? These questions are not wrong. They arise from a sincere longing to live rightly. But this is what I want you to understand. Your time is not in your own hands, it is in mine. And my hands do not make mistakes. The enemy will try to plant seeds of anxiety within you, to distract you with visions of the unknown, to stir fear about an ending you cannot yet see. But I call you back into the present, the now, where I dwell with you and whisper divine direction to your soul. You don't need to know exactly how many days remain. What matters most is whether you are living each of those days fully. A short life ablaze with purpose is far more valuable than a long life spent wandering without direction. I do not demand perfection from you. What I desire is for you to live with the clear awareness that you are loved, you are chosen, and you are walking a path that carries eternal meaning. I want you to have the courage to let go of fear and take hold of faith, to dare to say yes to my leading, even if it means stepping beyond your comfort zone. Never forget that not a single trial you've faced has been meaningless. Every time you persevered through affliction, every time you trusted me, even when you couldn't see the way forward, my kingdom was being expanded within your heart. You are being molded not to become someone else, but to return to the original image I saw in you when I first called your name. So do not let your mind be bound by the ticking of time. Do not let the whispers of doubt cause your steps to falter. Remember this: I hold all your days in my hand, and my hand is the safest place you could ever be. You are not alone, nor are you off course. You are being guided, preserved, and drawn closer each day to the fullness I have promised you. Know this: there will be seasons in your life when the weight you carry seems greater than what you can bear. The pressures, responsibilities, and pains you face may wear down your soul and cause you to question your own strength. I know this. I see the moments when you sit in silence with tears in your eyes, unnoticed by anyone else. I see when you try to smile while your heart trembles inside. But even in the midst of these towering waves, I want you to remember one unchanging truth: I am with you, not as a vague presence, but as the living Onu walking with you and holding you through every single moment, every trial, every loss, every moment of joy or sorrow that you have faced and are still facing. None of it is in vain. Every experience has been intricately woven by me into the grand design I have for you. Your life is not a random series of disconnected events. It is a masterpiece being painted by my very hand, stroke by stroke, with unfathomable love and wisdom. What seems mysterious to you today will become a living testimony tomorrow. Each moment in your life is like a precious thread, being woven into a divine tapestry that reflects my glory and light through colors and patterns your eyes cannot yet fully comprehend. My beloved child, do not allow lies to creep into your mind and make you doubt your worth. The enemy constantly seeks to diminish you, to convince you that your life has no meaning, that your small daily efforts make no difference. But I tell you an unchanging truth: you are of immeasurable worth in my eyes, not because of what you can do, but because of who you are in me. You were formed with great intention and precision for this exact moment in human history. You were chosen to live and shine in this world not by chance, but because of a divine mission that was appointed beforehand. Even when you feel small, unseen, or overlooked, remember that every act birthed from love is having an impact far beyond what your eyes can perceive. A word of encouragement, a gesture of forgiveness, a moment of patience when others would react in anger. Each of these is a building block in the establishment of my kingdom on earth. You are a vessel of life, a channel through which my love flows to touch a world that is longing for healing. Through you, I am revealing my mercy, planting seeds of hope, and awakening new life in weary souls. My beloved child, I want to remind you of this truth as well. The time you have is a gift that cannot be repeated. It is not merely slipping away hour by hour or minute by minute. It is carrying with it precious opportunities for you to live fully, to walk in the purpose that was uniquely designed for you. Time is a treasure, and I invite you to steward it with divine wisdom. Do not lose those priceless moments in fear, doubt, or despair. These emotions can imprison your soul and cause you to forget that you hold within you a power, that power that comes from my Spirito rise above, to live with boldness and to choose life every single day. You are not here on this earth by chance. Each morning you open your eyes is heaven's affirmation that you still have a mission to fulfill. Your life is a sacred appointment, a divine invitation to journey with me where every step has meaning, and every decision carries the potential to transform lives. I've ordained every opportunity you encounter, every person you meet, and every challenge you face. All of it has been woven together to mature you, to strengthen your faith, and to prepare you for the greater things that await ahead. I know there will be seasons when you cannot see the way forward. The future will feel uncertain, and you may wonder if you are on the right path. But even when everything ahead seems unclear, my light will still shine. I will be your guide not through thunderous proclamations, but through the gentle whispers in your spirit, through the peace that surpasses all understanding, and through the signs you will recognize if you quiet your heart to listen. Be steadfast, my beloved, for I have never allowed those who trust in me to be disappointed. Do not be afraid to take the next step, even if you don't know where the road will lead. Uncertainty is not a sign of abandonment. It is an invitation to learn absolute trust in me. I go before you to prepare the way, and I guard behind you. Not for one moment will you ever walk alone. And the choices you make today, whether big or small, carry great significance. They are shaping the canvas of your life, a masterpiece painted by my hand, but requiring your partnership through obedience. My precious one, be at peace, for I know the plans I have for you. They are not plans to harm you or leave you in failure. They are plans for spiritual prosperity, for inner growth, for hope and a radiant future. I am guiding you through each season not to keep you in suffering, but to bring you into a broader place where you can live in fullness, where you can walk no longer bound by the past, by fear, or by limitations set by man. Live with the awareness that each day is a new opportunity. Do not doubt the impact you are making, even if you do not yet see the results. I am moving, even in the silence. You are my marvelous creation, a vessel designed to shine in this exact moment of time. And when you walk in obedience, when you place your trust in me, then no matter how strong the wind blows or how the earth shakes, you will remain unshaken. For I am the unmovable foundation beneath your feet. Know this, as you continue walking the path I have set before you. Hold firmly to one essential truth in your heart. The time you have on earth was never meant to be spent chasing after fleeting things, temporary wealth, shifting social status, or worldly fame that is praised and forgotten. Though these things may appear dazzling in the eyes of men, they are but mist that vanishes in the breeze. What I call you toward does not lie in what the eyes can see, the ears can hear, or the hands can grasp. I am calling you to pursue that which transcends time, treasures that do not decay, stored up in heaven, where your heart is bound to mine. The true value of your life is not measured by what you possess, but by the imprints you leave on the hearts of others. It is the acts born of love, compassion, forgiveness, and mercy that become your eternal legacy. You were not created to live a life of mediocrity, but to be a light shining in the thick darkness of this world. I have placed within you the potential to become a living reminder of Hopi lighthouse amidst the stormy sea of life for those searching for a way out. Do not underestimate the seemingly small things, a sincere word of encouragement, a comforting embrace, or a quiet moment spent listening with your whole heart. These are not fleeting gestures of kindness, they are seeds of life you are planting into the souls of others. Every loving act you give has the power to break chains, heal deep wounds, and rekindle hope where it once burned out. When you choose to love while others choose anger, when you choose patience instead of quick judgment, when you quietly serve rather than seek recognition, that is when you are reflecting my heart for the world to see. I know there are moments when you feel your efforts go unseen in the flow of daily life. The silent sacrifices, the unnoticed acts of kindness, The long days of service that seem to receive no gratitude, these things can cause you to wonder if you are truly making a difference. But I assure you of this, not a single good deed done in my name is ever wasted. Not one word spoken in love disappears into nothingness. Not a drop of sweat poured out for another is ever forgotten. I see it all. I know it all. I remember every smallest detail. Always remember, your faithful heart is a beautiful song echoing in heaven. Your willingness to love, even while you yourself are hurting, moves me deeply. I see how you give, not only out of abundance, but also from your own place of limitation. I witness your quiet perseverance, your steadfast spirit when everything around you seems to collapse. And I want you to know, every act you do in my name is storing up treasure in heaven, rewards that can never be lost, can never be stolen, and will last for eternity. Do not let the silence of others convince you that I do not see. Do not let the lack of response from people make you doubt whether the love you give holds value. You are sowing seeds in spiritual territory, where the fruit does not always appear right away. But one day, you will see the harvest of every seed you have sown both on earth and in eternity. My beloved child, remember this truth just as deeply. Your time on earth is limited. No one is granted an endless number of days. Everything has its season, and so does your time. But I do not tell you this to create fear. I tell you so that you may live each day with wisdom, with clarity, and with a heart full of gratitude. Take every opportunity to love, to forgive, to bring healing, to pray, and to live as though each day is a precious gift, because it truly is. I do not want you to worry about the end of your days. I do not ask you to live in fear of death, for I am the one who holds both the beginning and the end. The final day on earth is merely the threshold to something eternal and more radiant. When your earthly journey is complete, I will call you home, your true home. There, you will enter into everlasting rest in my arms. And there, you will see the full picture of the masterpiece I painted with your life. And you will understand how every trial and every moment contributed to its beauty. The work you carry out on this earth will one day come to an end. But the purpose for which you were created does not cease when you leave this world. It continues on in my eternal presence. The love you have sown, the light you have shown, the souls you have touched, all of these will echo into eternity. And I, the one who co-authored every chapter of your life's story with you, will continue to lead you into an entirely new chapter own with no more tears, no more pain, where all things are made whole. Do not let your heart be stirred by things that are fleeting. Live with your eyes fixed on what is eternal. Remain faithful. Persevere in love. And endure in grace. You are bringing joy to my heart, and I take great pride in you. I do not merely see the things you do, I see you. I see my precious child, growing day by day in the radiance of my light. I know this world constantly tries to convince you that the visible is all that's worth pursuing. The glitter of material gain, the allure of status and fame, the passing temptations of the flesh, they all seek to distract you from what matters most. You do not belong to this world. Everything it offers is temporary, a vapor that appears for a moment and vanishes. But the eternal part of you, your soul, your connection to me, that is what is most precious, most worthy of guarding and living for. Do not let your heart be divided by what is passing. Do not let your mind be ruled by the world's measures of success. Those things, though they may seem attractive, cannot satisfy the soul. They cannot heal the deepest wounds within you. I am calling you to lift your eyes higher to my kingdom, where true treasure is stored. When you seek my righteousness, when you place me above all else, every need you have will be met. Every necessary door will open, and you will walk in true fulfillment. My beloved child, set your heart on things of eternal worth, on relationships built through sincerity, on souls touched by love, and on steps that reflect the light of my presence. Your life is not defined by what you own, but by how you love. Your worth is not measured by worldly milestones, but by the imprints you leave upon the hearts of others. When you stoop to lift another, when you listen with compassion, when you forgive, though it costs you at those moments, you are living fully in the purpose I have ordained for you. Be assured that I have placed a great calling upon your Sula purpose that no one else can fulfill. It is not merely a role, but a divine summons inviting you into a union of grace and action, of love and courage. Do not let fear stop your steps. Do not let doubt steal your trust in what I have spoken to you from the beginning. You do not have to understand everything in order to obey. You only need to believe that I am holding your hand, and that I never call without also equipping. You are capable. You have been prepared for such a time as this. In Christ Jesus, you are not a struggler, barely surviving. You are a victorious one, empowered to walk in authority and freedom. I have placed within you everything necessary not only to complete the task I've assigned, but to walk with joy, with peace, and with strength that surpasses circumstance. My beloved child, do not delay any longer. Do not wait until everything aligns perfectly according to human standards. It is precisely in the moments when you feel the weakest that my power is able to move the most mightily. It is when you say yes, with trembling in your heart, that heaven begins to move on your behalf. I am going before you, making the rough places smooth, preparing the path so you may walk forward without hesitation. What you have perceived as limitations are simply opportunities for me to demonstrate my greatness through your life. When you obey me, when you dare to step out in faith, not only will your life be transformed, but the world around you will also be touched. This world is yearning for souls who have the courage to live for truth. My kingdom is expanding through those who are willing to live not for themselves, but for something greater. You are an irreplaceable part of that plan. You are the answer to someone's silent prayer. You are the light in a dark place, the voice that brings healing into dry and weary lands. In the midst of every call to action, I also want to remind you of something equally vital: rest. Not resignation or idleness, but true rest, a place where your soul is renewed, where you return to the rhythm of my love. Rest does not come from completing all your tasks, but from surrendering them into my hands and realizing that you were never meant to carry the weight alone. You do not need to prove anything. My love for you is not based on achievement, but on your very existence in my heart. Take time to listen to me. Let your heart be still long enough to hear my whisper. In those moments, I will remind you that you don't need to do more to be loved, because you have already been fully loved from the beginning. Rest is where I restore you, teach you, and renew your heart. It is where you are reminded that you are my child before you are ever my servant. Walk boldly, but also learn when to pause. Labor diligently for what is good, but do not forget to sit at my feet and let my love refresh your soul. Never forget that true effectiveness does not come from your striving, but from the deep communion between you and me. When you abide in me, you will bear fruit not from effort, but from the life that flows from the source I provide. Live each day with gratitude and a clear purpose. Move forward without hesitation, without fear, and yet never forget to stop and rest in me. You are not only called to serve, you are also called to be loved, to be nourished, and to live fully in my presence. And when you combine both action and rest, obedience and stillness, you will enter into my divine rhythm that leads you into wholeness, into joy, and into unshakable peace. My beloved child, slow down for a moment and listen. Amid the hurried pace of life and the constant noise of the world, there is a gentle whisper I am releasing within your heart. It is an invitation for you to step out of the relentless cycle, to rediscover the stillness where I am waiting for you. Your life is not meant to be an endless race. You were not created to burn out or to lose your way in the unceasing demands of the world. I formed you with divine balance, with moments for movement and moments for rest. Understand this: rest is neither a luxury nor a sign of weakness. It is a vital part of the sacred design I have placed within you since the beginning. Even when I created the heavens and the earth, I chose one day to rest, not because I was weary, but because I wanted to leave you a perfect example that the right pause brings deeper restoration than any prolonged striving. In rest, your soul is renewed, your eyes are opened, and your heart returns to its original rhythm, where you and I meet in the truest way. Take a moment to reflect. When you quiet your mind, you will begin to hear my voice more clearly, not in thunder or in storm, but in the gentle whisper that rises from the depths of your soul. It is in that stillness that I will restore what has been broken, anoint the unseen cracks, and breathe new life into the dreams that seem to have faded. Do not underestimate the moments of rest, for they are the birthplace of true renewal. My beloved child, your time on this earth is not endless. The days given to you are not meant to be wasted in aimless busyness. Every moment is a precious gem, a note in the grand symphony of your life that I am weaving with boundless love. I did not call you to live by the standards of the world, but to walk in rhythm with the heavenly cadence I've placed within your heart. Live each day with awareness, not chasing, but walking with me, steady, meaningful, and full of purpose. My dear one, you are not here by accident. The life you carry is a divine assignment, a declaration from heaven that you were sent for such a time as this, for a purpose no one else can fulfill. I did not place you in the currents of this world to drift without direction. No, I have equipped you with everything you need to overcome every challenge, to stand firm in the storm, and to shine light into the darkness. You may feel weary. There may be days you wonder if you have the strength to go on. But my child, it is precisely in your weakest moments that I move with the greatest power. When you acknowledge your need for me, that is when my power flows most fully through you. I do not despise your limitations. On the contrary, I use them to reveal the fullness of who I am. Do not be afraid that time is slipping away while you have yet to accomplish something great. I do not measure your life by visible achievements. I see the value in your daily faithfulness, in the love you give even when it is not returned, in the quiet prayers, in every act of forgiveness you choose over bitterness. These things, though the world may never praise, are the precious jewels I am storing for you in heaven. My beloved, I know everything you are going through. There is no moment in your life that escapes my sight. Every breath, every thought, every pain you cannot put into words, I understand them all. You don't need to shout to be heard by me. I am right here, closer than your breath, guarding each step you take even when you don't realize it. Do not hesitate to come near with your unanswered questions, your unformed dreams, and your silent tears. I receive them all, and I am always waiting for you to return to my heart. So, my precious one, live each day with the clear awareness that you are part of a plan far greater than anything you can imagine. Love without calculation, serve without growing weary, and trust without doubting. Your life may not resemble that of others, but that does not diminish the sacred worth I have placed within you. Every word, every action, every decision made in love brings glory to my name on the earth. Do not fear the passage of time. Do not let the imperfect days discourage you. Live fully in each moment, for every breath you take moves you closer to the beautiful plan I have prepared for you. At times, you may not see the results right away, but know that I am working behind the door your eyes cannot yet see through. Trust in my timing. There are things I withhold not to deny you, but to prepare something better. The deepest desires of your heart have not been forgotten by me. I know every dream you carry, every longing you lift up, and I am leading you to the place where your desires will meet the fullness of my will. And there, not only will you be satisfied, but you will walk in true fulfillment. I want you to remember this. Every decision made in heaven concerning your life has been covered in love and absolute providence. Nothing happens outside of my permission. Every chapter in the story of your life has been written with deep care. There is not a single word that is wasted. And I, the one who authored that story, I will continue to write it until it is completed in glory. So, rest when you need to. Walk in peace as you go. Remember that you are not walking alone, and that I have never left your side. Not even for a moment. You are being watched over, upheld, and prepared for the good things that lie ahead. Keep walking, my beloved, with trust in Metha One, who not only created you, but loves you with a love that never changes. My precious child, before the foundations of the world were laid, before even time began its course, I knew you, Notvage, not as a distant idea in the vastness of the universe, but as a part of my own heart clearly, intimately, and deeply loved. Before anyone knew your name, I called you by a name only I know. Before the first light pierced through the darkness, I saw you in my eternal light. I knew the exact moment you would let out your first cry. I knew every step you would take, every turn you would choose, every trial you would face, and every joy you would experience. Every detail was etched by my hand with infinite care and boundless love. Never forget this. The decisions concerning you are never random. They are not the result of impulse or chance. On the contrary, they are made with perfect intention and divine wisdom. In heaven, when I crafted the blueprint of your life, nothing was overlooked, and no moment was without meaning. My plans for you were formed with clarity of purpose and shaped by perfect love. What I wrote about you is not bound by time nor limited by human understanding. I see the end from the beginning. I am never surprised by what happens to you, for everything has been masterfully woven into my eternal design. Know this with certainty. even though you may not understand why certain things have happened the way they did. I want you to know that nothing in your life is without purpose. The steps that seem random, the circumstances that feel chaotical, are under my control. They are brushstrokes I use to paint a greater picture. One your eyes cannot yet fully see. You may see only scattered colors, but I see the masterpiece. And even when you feel lost in the midst of what makes no sense, I invite you to believe that every step of the painful one is a reason and is guiding you toward the destination I've prepared. My beloved child, I know there will be moments when you wrestle with the question, why? I do not condemn you for those questions. I understand when you wonder why pain arrives, why loss strikes, why dreams that seem destined for you were taken away. The moments when you bow your head in tears, the days when it feels like I am silent, those are the very times I am closest to you. Even when you cannot hear me, I am still speaking. Even when you cannot see my hand, I am still moving. I have never abandoned you, and I never will. When darkness covers your soul, my light still burns bright. When your heart is heavy with what you cannot explain, my heart still beats with love for you. Even if you doubt yourself, doubt your purpose, or even doubt me, I remain faithfully by your side with unwavering love. I do not wait for you to be perfect to draw near. I come in your brokenness, into the very pieces of your shattered hope, to rebuild it with life from heaven. Know this, my child, the decisions made in the heavens concerning your life are never the result of harshness, nor are they born out of indifference. They flow from a love so profound that it surpasses all human understanding. What you are enduring today is not beyond my control. Even the very things that break your heart, I can transform them into something that brings forth goodness, not by denying reality, but by redeeming it and recreating it in a way that only I can. When you cannot see the purpose, I invite you to place your trust in me. When you cannot feel my presence, know that I am walking beside you in the silence. There are moments when I may not lift the burden from your shoulders, but I will carry it with you. I never promised you a life free of trials, but I did promise that you would never be alone in the journey. And it is through the fires of testing that your faith is refined, your character forged, and your soul prepared for the greater things I have destined. Be certain of this, you are not forgotten. Nothing in your life goes unnoticed. Every tear, every sigh, every silent prayer is recorded by me. I am never indifferent to what breaks your heart. Every part of your life, the good and the painful, the beautiful and the difficulties, being woven together into something radiant. A day will come when you look back and see clearly. Not a single fragment was meaningless. So, my beloved, take heart. Do not let what you don't yet understand rob you of the trust you've placed in me. Do not allow temporary circumstances to obscure the eternal truth that you are loved, chosen, and held. I am the one who sees the end from the beginning. And still I say you were worth entering human history, dying in your place, and rising again, so you may have life in full. Keep walking, even when the path is unclear. Keep praying, even when the answers have not yet come. Keep believing, because I am working even in the silence. And one day, when you behold the entire masterpiece, what now seems like unfinished strokes of color, you will understand. Every decision made about your life was drenched in love and carried out in the eternal light of heaven. My beloved child, Listen to the call of eternity that echoes into your soul this very day. In the vastness of the universe and among the countless souls who exist, you are not a shadow or a nameless being. You are a child called by name, a soul chosen and loved even before time began. My hand has touched your life with the deepest care, and your name is engraved upon my heart as an eternal promise that will never fade. You are not a random occurrence among the billions on this planet. You are not here merely to survive. You were sent to fulfill something great in the context of heaven's design. I called you into this precise moment, into these exact circumstances, with a mission that is uniquely yours, one that no one else can fulfill. The decisions concerning you were not random events, but sacred appointments along the timeline of your life. Every season of your journey is a link in the perfect plan I have drawn since eternity past. My child, your life carries a significance that far exceeds what the limited mind can comprehend. You were not born merely to adapt to the world, but to bring transformation, to reflect my light and love in a weary world darkened by despair. Every heartbeat of yours is a living testimony that you were created with purpose, that your existence is not in vain. Yet there will be forces that try to destroy that awareness. The enemy of your soul will use every tactic to sow seeds of doubt and fear into your heart. He will whisper subtle lies meant to shake your confidence in your worth. He will work to cloud your vision, so you forget the divine calling placed upon your life. Thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," "I don't matter," or "my life has no impact." These are the insidious weapons he uses to make you grow weary and disheartened. But today I speak to you with the earnestness of a loving father. Do not believe those lies. You are precious. You are needed. You are an irreplaceable part of the eternal tapestry I am weaving. Within you is the seed of heaven, and only when you accept this truth can you begin to walk in the true freedom and strength I have prepared for you since the beginning. What I have destined for you is not random, nor chaotic. Just as I created the universe with order and harmony, your life has been designed with the same precision and care. Every person you meet, every circumstance you endure, every seemingly insignificant moment, all of it plays a role in the symphony of life I am composing with you. Even the smallest choices you make carry great weight in the unfolding of my divine purpose. Nothing is wasted. No detail is overlooked. Believe this. You are living within a design so intricate and beautiful that even angels marvel at it. Your life has structure, purpose, and divine direction. If you would listen closely, you would realize that every step you take is not without meaning. Even when the path ahead seems unclear, I am silently guiding you. I am opening the right doors, closing the ones that do not belong to you, and leading you closer, step by step, to the fullness of your destiny, my beloved child. I know there are days when the weight on your shoulders feels too heavy to bear. You wonder if you can keep going, if you are on the right path, if all your effort is worth it. But, dear one, remember, I am the one who called you here. I did not bring you halfway through the journey, only to abandon you in the wilderness. I am the one who began the good work in you, and I will bring it to completion. I have not forgotten you. I am not distant. I do not ignore your sighs. Even if you feel alone, you have never walked alone. Even when the road is dark, my light is still guiding you. You are not abandoned. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. Everything you are experiencing is part of the process of growth, refinement, and preparation. You may not fully understand it now, but trust that I am working behind the scenes, clearing the path, and protecting you from what you cannot yet see. The decisions I made in heaven concerning you were not shaped by rigid law, but born out of deep love. I chose you not because of your perfection, but because of my love. There is nothing you can do to make me love you more, and nothing you could ever do to make me stop loving you. My love does not fluctuate with circumstance. It is the unshakable foundation you can stand upon when everything else trembles. If today your heart is weary, if your mind feels lost in confusion, come near to me. I will remind you that you were created with purpose. You have been called to a specific mission. You are not meant to live in comparison or scarcity. I have already given you everything you need to fulfill your role. I will continue to train you, provide for you, and protect you until you reach the fullness I have ordained. Be steadfast. Be faithful. Be courageous. I am walking with you. I am writing your story in grace. And every chapter, whether marked by trial or triumphus, leading you to a glorious conclusion, what I have decreed for your life will not fail. It will be fulfilled at the appointed time, in the perfect way, and will bear fruit far beyond anything you've ever prayed for or imagined. Oh, my beloved child, every decision made in heaven regarding your life carries within it one ultimate aim: your wholeness, your blessing, and the fulfillment of your soul. These plans were not drawn from a place of randomness or indifference, but out of a deep love, a deliberate care, and a wisdom far beyond what your mind can comprehend. Every decree I have issued from my throne comes from a longing to draw you closer to true life, to your divine purpose, and to a joy that will never run dry. My child, I know every desire your heart is holding. I understand the dreams quietly forming within you, those things you long for but have not dared to speak aloud, the visions you cradle in the silence of lonely nights. I not only know them, I am the one who planted them in you. I would not place within you a longing only to leave it unfulfilled. Everything you hope for: deep peace, a life of meaning, enduring joy and satisfaction. These are the very things I long to give you in fullness. It is I who created in you the hunger for completeness, because I have a clear and perfect plan to satisfy it. What you are seeking is not meaningless. It is the cry of your soul, echoing to remind you that you were made for more than what is fleeting, more than the false values of this world. My plans for you have never been to harm you, nor to crush you under life's storms. On the contrary, what I have destined for you is built on a foundation of hope, of a future filled with promise, and of the true life I give life that no one can ever take away. I know there are moments when you look around and everything seems unclear. Paths that once appeared straightforward suddenly feel confusing. The dreams you once chased now seem to drift further out of reach. You may feel like you're walking through a fog, uncertain whether to turn left or right. But in such moments, I invite you to remember this: my plan for you has not changed. Even when your eyes cannot see, I am still moving. Even when your heart feels unsure, I am still guiding your every step. The enemy will try to plant lies in your mind that I have abandoned you, that I don't care about what's unfolding in your life, that you are carrying the weight of everything on your own. He will do all he can to make you believe you've been forgotten, that your prayers go unheard, that you are lost. But I declare this truth: I have never left you, and I never will. Every step you take is matched by my footsteps beside you. Every breath you draw is sustained by the life that flows from me. My beloved, do not measure my plans through the lens of your own ability. Do not assess the future through the narrow view of the present. What I have purposed for you is not rooted in your perfection, but in my unchanging power, grace, and faithfulness. You are not walking through these trials alone. I walk with you. I uphold you in your weakness. I carry the burden when your shoulders can no longer bear it. And it is in the moments when you feel like you may fall that I lift you even higher. My child, I know the silent questions turning in your heart. Why are things unfolding this way? Why have the doors I longed for been closed? Why haven't my prayers been answered yet? These questions do not push me away from you. On the contrary, I welcome every one of them with love. I am not offended by your doubts. I am the one willing to enter into every uncertainty, every shadowed space in your heart, to bring light and understanding at the right time. Remember that my ways are not your ways. My actions don't always follow the sequence you expect. I am not confined by time, nor swayed by the circumstances you face. When a door closes, it is not an end, but a divine redirection. When a prayer hasn't been answered in the way you hoped, it does not mean I am silent. Perhaps I am preparing something better, or I am deepening your faith so that you may carry a greater blessing. The plans I have for you may not always be easy to grasp, but they are always trustworthy. Even if you cannot see the destination, I am drawing the map. Even if the goal seems unclear, I am guiding the path. Even if the promise appears delayed, my faithfulness is never in question. I never begin something I do not intend to finish. Let your heart find rest in this truth. You are fully loved, seen in every moment, and held securely by the one who crafted the universe. I am working through every detail, in every situation, and in every waiting season. You are not abandoned. You are not off track. You are on a journey carefully watched over by a heart that knows your beginning, sees your end, and holds everything in between with unconditional love. Beloved child of mine, lift your head high and place your trust in the absolute wisdom of the one who created you. I am the one who sees the end of all things from the very beginning. There is nothing that happens in this universe without my knowledge. No plan of mine is ever vague or lacking. When I make a decision concerning your life, I do not only see your present circumstances, I also see who you will become after walking through the process of growth that I have ordained. The trials you face are not punishments, nor are they accidents. They have been allowed to strengthen your faith, refine your spirit, and deepen your heart in obedience and trust toward me. With each step of the journey, you will experience spiritual maturity in profound ways. I do not desire that you merely survive, but that you live with boldness and courage, shaped through what once seemed like obstacles. It is through encountering hardship that you will learn to rely on my supernatural provision. It is in moments of weariness and weakness that you will clearly feel the power I pour out. What once seemed impossible to overcome will become the very place where you encounter the tangible power of your Creator. I know full well that you have endured heavy seasons. I see the wounds others cannot see, the sighs too deep for words, and the moments when hope felt like it was slipping away. There were nights you sat in the dark, wondering whether the dreams you carry would ever come to pass, or if the things you trusted in were fading into hopelessness. But my child, remember, those chapters are not the end. Failures are only the prelude to victory. The tears of today will become the joyful cries of tomorrow. What I have ordained for you will never end in defeat. You were born to overcome by the standards of the world, but by the power of Christ, who conquered even death to make a way for you to enter into eternal life. In Him, you are more than a conqueror. No obstacle on your path can hinder the plans I have set in motion. The very barriers you now face are the stones I will use to pave the way to your destiny. There will be times when your mind is flooded with doubt. You will question whether you are truly walking in the right direction, whether your choices are within the center of my will. I do not blame you for these questions. They come from a sincere heart, desiring to walk rightly in the divine calling. But, beloved one, be at peace. If you continue to seek me, if you offer your heart to the guidance of the Holy Spirit, you cannot stray. I am the one who goes before you, the light for your steps, the hand that upholds you. All I ask is that you walk with a humble heart, and I will take care of the rest. My precious child, even when you are unsure of every decision you make, I remain fully capable of using both your rights and your wrongs for good. I am the one who works all things together for the benefit of those who love me. You do not need to live in fear of missing the path. For every time you seek me, I will answer. I will close the doors that are not yours and open the ones no one else can. I do not demand perfection from you, only faithfulness and willingness. Remember, your life does not impact you alone. The decisions made in heaven concerning your journey are intricately connected to the lives of many others. You do not live in isolation within a separate reality. Every choice you make, every action you take, every word you speak carries a ripple that touches the souls I have placed around you. I have chosen you to be part of a divine network of influence. There are people who need your presence in their lives. There are souls who need the comfort, encouragement, and love that only you can offer in the way I have designed you to. Do not underestimate your presence. Do not think that only grand gestures bring about change. Sometimes, a timely word, a sincere abraço, or a quiet patience that goes unnoticed is enough to transform an entire life. The things you do in silence are not meaningless. I see them all. I take account of every seed of love you sow, and in its appointed season, I will give you a harvest that no one can take away. My child, you are living within a divine current, a heavenly flow that surpasses human comprehension. Your life is part of an eternal design. When you walk in obedience, you are not only fulfilling a personal mission, but also touching parts of my plan that extend into the lives of others. Every step you take along this journey leaves behind traces of light in the midst of darkness. Every time you choose love over hatred, forgiveness over vengeance, hope over despair, my kingdom is advancing. So, my beloved one, when you feel weary, when it seems like everything is against you, remember that you are not walking alone. I am right beside you. I am lifting you when your strength fails. I am whispering words of life amid the noise of the world. You only need to pause, be still, and listen. Every decision I make from heaven is not just for you, but for the generations your life will impact, and I will not allow anything to hinder what I have ordained. My precious child, there will be times when you look around and wonder why certain people have entered your life. Some relationships bring you joy, some stir deep emotions within you, and others leave you confused or even exhausted. But I want you to know this: no encounter is meaningless. No one crosses your path by accident. Each one is a thread in the marvelous tapestry I have been weaving for you since before time began. Remember that your life is not isolated, not lost in chaos. It is a distinct thread I have woven into a greater design, a sacred tapestry that is being formed daily in my kingdom. Every connection, whether brief or lasting, has its place within that divine pattern. Even when you cannot perceive the purpose of certain relationships, I am using each person, every circumstance, and every interaction to deepen the story of your life and, at the same time, to touch the lives of others. You may not always see the fruits of your actions today. The words of love you speak, the acts of service you offer, and the displays of compassion you show may not receive an immediate response. But, my child, that does not mean they are without effect. The seeds you sow today may take years to sprout, and may bloom in seasons when you are no longer there to witness. I see every small act you do in secret, and I will never allow your labor to be in vain. I see how you open your heart to others, even when you yourself are wounded. I witness your faithfulness, even when the world seems indifferent. I understand the times you choose silence over retaliation, forgiveness over resentment, generosity, even when you are in lack. None of these things escape my attention. They are precious jewels being laid upon the foundation of eternity, whose value you cannot yet fully comprehend. My child, you are building my kingdom, not through grand, noisy works, but through sincere, hidden acts. When you pray for someone who doesn't even know, when you sacrifice your time and strength for the good of others, when you speak life into dark places, at those very moments, you are co-laboring with me to create something holy. My beloved child, you may not always see clearly what you are creating, but every act, every choice rooted in love leaves an impact deeper than you can imagine. A timely word of encouragement can change someone's day, or even their entire life. A sincere embrace can melt the ice around a closed-off heart. A gentle patience can unlock the doors of trust. These are the very tools I use to expand my kingdom through your life. In this very moment, I want to engrave upon your heart an unshakable truth. My love for you is everlasting. It does not shift with time. It is not altered by circumstance, and it is never swayed by your behavior. The decisions I have made concerning your life are not temporary, they are eternal. They were established from beyond time and will not be undone by passing events. I never promised the journey would always be easy, but I assure you that every trial you face serves a divine purpose and holds lasting benefit for your soul, even when you do not understand what is unfolding. When the doors close without explanation or your prayers seem to go unanswered, trust that I am still at work. The plan I am fulfilling may go beyond your current understanding, but it never exceeds the measure of love I have for you. Do not measure my love by your circumstances. Measure it by my faithfulness, the faithfulness of the one who has never broken a promise and never forgotten a single word he has spoken. You are not forgotten. Even when the world passes you by, I never will. Even if others walk away, I will never leave you. You are engraved upon the palms of my hands, and I watch over you with eyes full of love. Every moment of your life carries meaning when it is connected to my eternal plan. Every act of kindness you offer, every time you choose to love rather than close your heart, is remembered in heaven. Keep living with steadfast faith. Love, even when it is not returned. Serve quietly, even when no one takes notice. For I, the one who called you, see it all, and the reward I have prepared for you is not merely temporary glory, but a joy that cannot be shaken, a life that overflows, and my presence that will never leave you in this life and forevermore. My beloved child, know this: every decision I have ordained for your life flows from an eternal plan woven by unending love and perfect wisdom. This plan is not only good, but it leads you into the wholeness your soul has always longed for. Every detail of your life, from where you were born, the people you've encountered, to the challenges you've faced, has been carefully measured in the light of a sacred and far greater purpose than you can comprehend. My child, I have called you to a mission that is anything but ordinary. You were not chosen to blend into the darkness, but to be a light that shines in the midst of shadows. Your presence on this earth is heaven's affirmation that you carry the influence of the kingdom. I have placed within you the capacity to touch lives not by your own strength, but through my life flowing through you. And as you walk in this calling, you are helping to fulfill a plan that stretches far beyond your current understanding. Do not doubt what I have destined for you, even when the path seems unclear, even when circumstances cause you to waver. I know that I am still at work. You do not walk alone. I am the faithful companion, the one who holds your hand and leads you through every season of life. Each step you take in trust brings you closer to the fulfillment I have prepared. The peace you seek is not found in controlling everything, but in trusting the hand of the one who holds all things together. Always remember that you are deeply loved. There is nothing you can do to make me love you more, and no failure on your part can cause me to abandon you. My love does not change. It is the unshakable foundation upon which every promise is built. Even when you are discouraged, I still have hope for you. Even when you are weak, I remain strong beside you. Not a single day goes by without me working on your behalf, silently opening the right doors and closing the ones not meant for you. Your destiny is not placed in the hands of people or circumstances. Your future is not governed by fear or failure, for I am the one who holds tomorrow. What I have planned for you will not be destroyed, for it is written in eternal power. And if you hold on to faith, if you walk in obedience and gratitude, I will lead you to the place of fulfillment, of complete joy, where you will look back and realize all things have worked together for a good and perfect ending. With unchanging love, your Heavenly Father. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that together we may receive the living word. Build unwavering faith and walk in the boundless love of God. Amen.